Welcome to the first ever Barbie movie review. I know this is a little girly, so I have a question for the men out there. What do y'all like to watch? So I can review something that's more neutral for everybody. So yeah, we're gonna get into this. I am very, very excited. I had to re-buy this because I watched it so many times that I misplaced it. You know, like Amazon be having all the movies and everything. So yeah, let's get into this. This is one of my favorite. All right, so let's just get this started. So many freaking distractions, but we're gonna get started. So I've loved Barbie since I was a little girl, and even if my big age, y'all notice I still love Barbie. Disney, not so much Nickelodeon now, unless it's like the Nickelodeon I grew up with. You will, Thundermans, what? The Loud House, what? All these other shows in Nickelodeon, what? Like, no, and as y'all see down here, I have like Thumbelina, Mariposa, Video Game Hero, Princess Charm School, pretty much most of the movies on DVD or on tape. So we're just going to get into this really quickly. We will see. If y'all are enjoying this, please hit the like. I reviewed Disney princesses. I reviewed Bring It On All or Nothing, even though YouTube did not show it to nobody. Yeah, I went there. So Barbie is narrating, right? There's these two girls, Erica and Annalise. Annalise was born a princess and Erica was not. They could pass for each other, okay? It starts with them basically singing, to be free, or whatever, like the song. That would be the day with no debt to pay. You know the song. And the Barbie movies are my exception because, you know, unless it's High School Musical, Descendants, or the Barbie movies, or The Color Purple, I don't really like musicals for real, except for those. And, you know, in the song, it's basically like telling the story of before this. Erica's like Madame Carp. She's such a her parents borrowed a lot of money, and you know her parents, I guess they're gone now, or they died or something. The queen, her mom, says she has to marry King Dominic because the miners informed the queen that they ran out of gold. So like Queen Genevieve, is that your name? They said Genevieve, even though the Barbie universe ends up using that name again for another one of the princesses, Barbie and the 12 Dancing Princesses. I'll put it right here if you want to see what they look like real quick. And you don't have no monies. I thought you have a kingdom. Are you poor? Like, you running this kingdom, you don't have no money? Okay. And then Erica basically wants to sing. She wants to sing. And Madame Carp is like, you are nothing. She very much downs Erica a lot. And the song is about wanting to be free. So then we see Premature, right? He has this plan. This man right here, played by Martin Short. If you don't know who Martin Short is, I'll put him right here. And he is on Only Murderers in the Building, Murderers in the Building, with Selena Gomez and Steve Martin. Okay. And I never realized this was him. Like, I was a little kid just enjoying the movie at the time. And as an adult, I still didn't realize it. So, yeah. And Premature starts singing about how the princess, I can refuse, you know, yeah, and I think I put a clip earlier of, the free, just a quick one, because, you know, Mattel, they're quick to copyright, so that's the only one I'm gonna do. And he just wants the kingdom. He has a plan to kidnap the princess and then bring her back, so then he wants all the glory for saving her. This movie has so many good songs like How Can I Refuse? And then we see the beautiful Serafina. And, you know, she gets interrupted. She's having this nap. And Premature's dog, Midas. There's always an annoying character in most of the movies I review. And this dog right here, Midas, looking like a rich poodle, is the one. He's the one. And Annalise has a crush on her tutor, Julian. I believe she has a crush on him. He has a crush on her. Vice versa. And she's like, the ambassador, I don't want to do this. Like, Annalise does not want to marry this man. She's doing it for her mother, but she is giving very much arranged marriage. She don't want to marry him. And the Premature is like, next week? Oh! Like, you know, the wedding will be next week, so they gotta hurry up, and their, you know, King Dominic's kingdom and Princess Annalise's kingdom can combine, and she'd be queen and whatever, and like everything will be safe, everything will be right. Annalise knows it's the right thing to marry him, But she wants to be free to marry who she chooses. Not her mama, not anybody else. Who she wants. So Julian ends up taking Annalise to the village. And Julian's like, so which one was yours? Because I guess, he didn't live the kingdom life or whatever. And Julian's like, tells Annalise, like, oh, we couldn't afford a house. Like, they had a room. So I'm wondering, how did he get to work in the castle? That was always a question. Like, how did you work in the castle? And see, he knows, and Annalise kind of felt bad about it with Julian. And then she sees this little family who have to board up and basically leave because they can't afford the housing. And I have a feeling this movie takes place in France for like a very long time ago. That's what I have the feeling. And then Erica starts singing, and
you're always free to begin again, and you're always free to believe that you found the place where your heart belongs.
And then Madame Cart comes and interrupts her after she sings that part, and she's a always the movie, okay, Madame Cart, and she's like, give me that money, it's mine now. And she's like, ugh. And then Annalise comes up, puts a coin in her little cup, and they look at each other like, hey, we could be sisters, And Annalise is like, I'm about to get married to this total stranger. And she's like, I'm an indentured servant. I owe this stupid lady money and stuff because my parents borrowed money to feed me. And then another song comes on. I'm just like you, you're just like me, and never anyone could see. So when it's ours, so when our dreams come true, yes, I am a girl like you. That's the song, a little bit of it, just a little bit. And they're singing about their lives. Like, I like the songs within this movie because the songs they're not just music. They tell a story. That's how music used to be, but now it's all about shaking ass. That's nothing wrong with shaking ass, but I'm just saying. And Erica, like, I made the dress that you're wearing, this beautiful pink dress, and the way I would have added the singing in of like Erica and Annalise, your girl don't want to get copyrighted. That's the second part. I see why people do these on Patreon. Okay. And then Seraphina is getting chased by Midas and Wolfie, and they save her, and immediately Wolfie and Seraphina, they get a little love connection. It's like love at first sight for these two little kitties. And at this point, I think I did like cats because like Seraphina was so pretty, but I'm not a cat person, sorry. And then Erica's like, you got a crush? Wolfie. He was like, cat. She was like, cat got your tongue. And then now I know Seraphina, it was a fake mouse in the string. You couldn't see that mouse was fake at all. And Nick and Knack, one of them also plays Midas, which is very interesting. Very interesting. And he's kind of like the dumb sidekick villain. And we learn that she gets captured. And then the horse looking like... And then... so I don't know which sidekick villain it was. Was it Nick or Knack? And they were shaking Seraphina up. And her face, Annalise, hears it and comes down and she's like, Seraphina, what's wrong, girl? What's wrong? And like, she gets captured. Girl get kidnapped. Where is she? We don't know. And then we see the horse Hervé, very French. He's looking like he kind of dumb. But he's a nice horse, but the look that he just made, I was like, hello, are you here? Are you here? And he's a really nice horse. You'll see why at the end. And he tells her, one of the hooligans tells one of the hooligans to keep her there to the wedding, and they're like, oh, and then Seraphina's like, my princess needs me. So so there's a point where he's like, un, deux, trois, and then Seraphina like gets into Annalise is like, Seraphina, what are you doing here? And Erica, so Julian learns that Annalise is gone, she's missing, whatever. And Erica thinks that Annalise, because at one point in the movie, Annalise was like, I'm going to send for you to sing at the castle. Great, or whatever. And then Erica thinks that Annalise sent for her. It was the furthest thing. And then Julian basically tells Erica, like, I'm going to need you to cover and pretend to be Annalise while I go find her. And she's like, okay, I'll do it. So this movie came out like 21 years ago, back in 2004, I believe. And why at my old age of 32, I'm just finding out that Kelly Sheridan, who voiced most of the Barbie movies until like once they got kind of stupid, like after, I don't know, it was one movie. It's probably after Video Game Hero got stupid to me. But she voices both characters, but the singing voices are not her. They're like two different people. I was like, as many times as I've seen this movie, why did I know that? And then, you know, as Julian is singing to Erica, who's playing as Annalise, he was like, when spirit rises, when she walks in the room. And Erica's like, I see. So she knows, she could see that Julian does have a crush on Annalise. And, you know, she stumbles coming into the room. And Julian, because he knows that the queen is going to recognize that this woman is not her daughter. So he took her glasses, or as they called them in the movie, spectacles. Very shisty. And Preminger is pissed. Is highly pissed off because Julian is ruining his plans. So he leaves. And Barton Short played if you think he's good, wait till I review Rapunzel. Yes, we're going to touch her too. Because, woo, I love that better than the Disney one. I'm sorry, but I do. Even though it did really well last month, I like the Barbie Rapunzel better. I do. So Nick and Nack, so meanwhile, the actual Annalise is trying to escape, and Nick and Nack are so dumb because like she enlists in her kitty cat, and you know, she's like meow, 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 you know, like a ghost or whatever, and like just like that, she finds Madame Carp thinking that Erica could help her, but then, you know, Madame Carp sees her. She's like, Erica, you're not no princess. And it actually is a princess. And she's like, me and the princess are both very personal friends. And she was like, I'm like, she would be friends with a she's too sweet for that. So like, you think you gonna still have her business when this movie's over? No, you not, okay? And Erica's like, we gotta act like we live here, you know? And then she's singing to her cat, I love you the way you are, and I will never change. Like, basically, her cat likes to bark, which is really weird. Like, have y'all ever seen a cat try to bark? Like, you're a kitty cat. Be a cat. You're not a dog. Enthusiastic. That part kind of annoyed me. Like, you don't see Annalise that over enthusiastic. Right? She's like, look at all this food. And then tells the maid or whatever who she is. Be like, do you want some? She's like, no. Like, you're not acting like the princess at all. It was very, very weird. And then something else. King Dominic and Julian, I feel like they look exactly alike. Keep watching because I do have pictures of what happens at the end. So keep watching, okay? And Erica starts singing the Meow song. The song that I just told you about. It's my least favorite song of the movie. Very much giving least. And then King Dominic is appreciating her singing because he still thinks that's Annalise, and it's not, it's Erica. And Annalise is trying to help. I forgot this little lady's name, but the seamstress, the other seamstress that Erica works with the dresses, and it's nice. She tried to help this lady, but it wasn't working. That dress had one sleeve like long to right here and one sleeve like right here. Like, it was not even, and it was not giving. And Preminger is like, what happened to the other cat? And she's like, and then Erica's like, she's around here somewhere. And like, who let this mangy beast in here? And then the queen is like, King Dominic has something to tell you. Ooh. And then he's like, gives her the ring or whatever. And Erica is falling for him. She's starting to like him. Like, you're supposed to be covering for Annalise, but she's starting to like him. And the queen, she is very forceful. Like, where's your man? Where he at? You know? Like, you're very forceful in forcing this when Erica actually likes him. But I think Annalise doesn't. She never got to meet him. But she wasn't really fascinated with the idea. She was only doing it, as I said earlier, for her mother. And, you know, the duet between her and Dominic is very nice. Fast forward, Annalise, you know, she puts her engagement ring or whatever that she got from Dominic. I think she met him. I don't know. That's the backstory that we don't really know about, if she did get to meet him. But I think she did. And I says he was going to marry her. Manager finds them, right? And basically he takes her to the forest or to the mines, and she was like, you were behind this. And she was like, of course, duh, what was you thinking? And Nick and Nack say he basically wants to be king. And they said he was going to marry you, but now he wants to marry the queen. As he's like, she's a very handsome woman. So he puts her with Julian. We finally see Julian after all this time. And she sees Julian and Hervé. You can tell. I told you he's a nice horse. He don't want to be no parts of this. He's forced, okay? He's forced and coerced to be a part of this. Even though he don't want no parts of this. And Dominic is like, what proof do you have? Preminger is a complete and utter schemer. He's a schemer, lo. Yo, he's a schemer. He tried to set up Erica, basically saying she's no princess, whatever. And you like, you check right here. There's no birthmark, I assure you. And there was no, because like Annalise has a crown birthmark and Erica does not have that. That's how you could tell the two of them apart. And even though, I don't know. And she's like, I didn't mean no harm. I just wanted to help save the princess. And I think King Dominic was actually starting to like her. Even as it's revealed that she's not Princess Annalise, but she's Erica, he still likes her. Erica gets thrown into jail. And Annalise was like, Julian, like, I do want to get married to the man I love. You. And Julian's like, I'm not a king or anything. I was like, I know, but I love you. You're my best friend. And meanwhile, the wedding's about to happen between the queen and Preminger. And Erica's trying to escape. She's like, la, 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 la. And then the song I didn't get to say, in my heart, I'll be glad if you love me for me. And a guard gets her. And, you know, the queen is like, I'm only marrying you to save my people. And Erica and Dominic, okay, you know, she got the hots for him. He got the hots for her. And Hervé wanted no parts of this, okay? He keeps saying this. And student Midas loses his tooth. And Hervé, so basically, you know, Annalise is like, this is what he wanted you to do. And, you know, there's a whole chase scene or whatever. Midas loses his tooth. Hervé had enough, and he bucked him off. Bucked off Preminger, and they all get arrested, and Preminger's never seen from again. And Domin's like, I can't convince you to stay. So, like, after everything's wrapped up with that, Annalise helps pay Erica's debt. And, you know, I think Madame Carps closed down because she was no longer getting business from the princess and the queen. So she had to shut down. And look, see, you see where your mouth got you? You see where that mouth got you, Madame Carp? She wants to sing. And Princess Annalise was right. The crystals created a new industry. And, you know, everybody got to be at their houses and in castles. She got out of business. And Erica ended up traveling and singing. And the movie basically ends with them having a double wedding. I don't know why they decided to do that. Maybe because they became close friends or whatever. And, you know, Erica's wearing her blue. Annalise is wearing her pink. You know, they're with their husbands now. And Serafina and Wolfie have many kittens. Hervé even got a girl. And the credits. I usually don't talk about any credits of any of these movies, but the credits really hit. They really do. And I love this movie. And even if you're at your big age in your 30s and you always wonder, like, that's a good thing about being an adult, we can watch whatever we want. For whatever range we want. And yeah, I just wanted to try something new, review this, see how it goes. And yeah, there should be another movie review towards the end of the month. But thank y'all for joining me, and I'll see y'all next time.